All right, another vintage perfume note today, and we're talking about coriander. Coriander, are you a fan? Now, coriander I have been seeing pop up a little bit here and there recently, but I don't think it's used as much as it used to be. And coriander also, you've got the spice itself, which smells so amazing to me, and the actual herb, which I don't care for at all, which is a weird thing because they smell so different from one another. The herb itself has a kind of sulfuric, kind of marine-esque kind of a smell that I don't find pleasant. The spice itself, the seeds, are super duper gorgeous. So yeah, today's video is on coriander. It's pulled from the long format deep dive video I did on vintage perfume notes. And sometimes I take portions of those long format unedited deep dive videos and edit them down into specific categories and air them separately like I've done today. So it's all about coriander. Before I talk about coriander though, if you haven't yet discovered Scentfest SF, we are putting on a really awesome show here in San Francisco, 3 days of fragrances and experiences around fragrances on June 26, 27, and 28. I have it linked in the info box. You're going to want to get your tickets and make your travel arrangements and come out here and, have an awesome show with discovering really awesome niche houses and the founders and owners of the brands. And of course, do some really awesome experiences with some interactive booths that we've set up. So let's get started with coriander. But the first fragrance is a vintage style or classic fragrance. This is Coriandre from the house of Jean Couturier. I am trying to find a bottle of this fragrance in eau de parfum. This is an eau de toilette, by the way. So this is a Chypre style. Remember I was mentioning Chypre style. It reminded me of Ylang 49 and also another fragrance. It utilizes the coriander, but there's also Oakmoss here. Are you guys familiar with this? Oh yeah. It reminds me of a sort of lighter take on Aromatics Elixir. For sure, it reminds me of the Ylang 49. It's mossy, but also very spicy and a bit green. And that's what I like about coriander. Oh my God. The cilantro, the herb itself, I don't like the smell of that much. It's the seeds that is where the magic is. If you've ever had anybody roast them or toast them, not roast them, toast them, oh man, just take a pan out and throw a couple of seeds, not a couple, maybe like 10, 20. Just roast them a little bit, toast them a little bit. Oh man, you get very fragrant smell in the whole kitchen. And I love the smell of coriander seeds, not the cilantro myself. I at one time, I hated the smell and taste of cilantro. Growing up here in California, there's a lot of Mexican restaurants and Mexican food. Now I love cilantro in food. I don't seek it out because I still don't like the smell as much. I can tolerate it, but it's like night and day difference between the seeds and the herb itself. But here, as I said, it's a Chypre style. It is very eau de toilette. It's very fresh. I wish I had an eau de parfum of this. It has been neutered down for sure, but you definitely experience the coriander with the mossy notes that are in there to give you that whole Chypre style. But the next fragrance is called Coriandre from the house of DS and Durga. This, to me, is a slightly barbershop-y style fragrance utilizing coriander. It might have some light similarities to Jazz by YSL, but I love that whole freshness. So coriander has a kind of a very, because the seed smells a bit flowery and spicy at the same time. And I'm getting that here perfectly. This is a really awesome fragrance. It's very invigorating. It's spicy and herbal and aromatic, but very fresh and clean. For sure, barbershop-y. I think it's a great classy masculine offering. And even though it's a unisex offering, coriander, with the fact that it has these kind of herbal, aromatic, spicy notes, totally leans masculine for me. If you are looking for something that's coriander forward, you like barbershop-y style fragrances, you love the spices and things like that, definitely try coriander. I think it's great. Okay, the next fragrance, there's two of them because there's a flanker of one, is the fragrance L'air du Désert Marocain from the house of Tower Perfumes. And of course, Accour de Désert from the same house. The Accour de Désert is a extrait de parfum concentration. The OG is an eau de toilette, and of course, it utilizes a lot of coriander, which kind of makes this fragrance, even though it's an amber, a very dry amber, it freshens up the fragrance because it's an amber. Amber is usually warm, so it freshens up the fragrance and makes it not as warm and like the type of ambers that go warm, balsamic, resinous, and things like that. Even though you have that here, I think the coriander, plus there's Petitgrain here, gives it that kind of green freshness that you get from those kind of notes. But let's smell the EDT, because the EDT is what put the brand on the map. And let me know if you guys are familiar with this house. Add a comment below. This is the house of Tower Perfumes. There's something so unique about this smell that I absolutely love. And I don't pull for it too much anymore. It was a time I was talking a lot about it. But now that I'm putting my nose to it, it is such an awesome scent. Such an awesome scent. One of the best fragrances ever created, hands down. So unique, dry, dusty, amber, spicy, balsamic, resinous, plus those green, aromatic, vegetal kind of spicy, citrusy notes that are up top. So super cool. If you haven't tried Lavender Desert Marocain, you are missing out. Please try it. I think it's a great scent. We've got a fragrance from Nichane called Papilefico, which utilizes the note of coriander. So this one, to me, I feel like the coriander is not so stand out. It's nicely blended together. It enhances and gives the fragrance the aromatic spiciness that the coriander seeds has or supplies. To me, it's interesting. The cilantro itself is an herb, but the seeds, to me, are spices. They're kind of different, right? But it comes from an herb. But yeah, it's here. I think this is a fragrance that I wasn't too much of a fan of before. It has grown on me, and I feel like it's a great elevated take on something mass market from a niche house. And the way it smells, it would garner compliments, I think, because I think once it's blended with your chemistry and the fragrance projects off of you, you should definitely get people talking about your scent. But I don't consider it a true coriander scent. I put it here because I couldn't find any other coriander fragrances. And so it's there, but it doesn't totally stand out like other coriander fragrances. Like the Lavender Desert Marocain is super coriander-y. Last fragrance is from the house of 4711. It's called Aqua Colonia Intense, Awakening Woods of Scandinavia. I have recommended this one so much. It was actually recommended to me by a follower of mine. I bought it. Really love it. I have a backup of it. It's also very fresh and clean and green. And it's utilizing coriander, among other greenish kind of aromatic, spicy, woody notes. There's fir here, but it's so good. You can totally smell the coriander in this. It's got that slightly floral, spicy herbalness that you have from the coriander, nicely blended with a lot of other aromatic, herbal, spicy, woody notes. It also leans masculine, but a woman can totally pull it off. It's very, very woody. It's created by Geza Schoen, by the way. He does the fragrances for Eccentric Molecules, and I believe he's done fragrances for Ormond Jane, or used to, but a great creation. Just keep in mind, it's not like a beast mode fragrance. This is an eau de cologne. It's actually an eau de cologne intense. That's why it's called Aqua Colonia Intense. So this is not something that's gonna last you all day. You're gonna have to replenish. But these bottles are also bigger. I think this is 150 ml. And this is 170 ml. That's what it says right there. And that's, you're going to have to replenish because it's not something that lasts a long time. Thanks so much for watching today's video on coriander, guys. What are your thoughts on coriander? Do you see it pop up in fragrances these days? As I said at the beginning, I do see it coming up a little bit here and there, but it's not like one of the most popular notes. But I really love the spice itself. The spice, if you've ever bought coriander in a jar, it's the spice. Oh man, I love it. It's got a very fragrant sort of floral spiciness that I really, really love. But again, the leafy cilantro, which is what it's called, coriander, I can't stand the smell. I mean, as a youngster in my early 20s, I despised the smell. I couldn't stand it. I've grown accustomed to it because I enjoy Mexican and, Vietnamese food that uses a lot of cilantro. But I at one time, I didn't care for it at all. But the spice itself is so intoxicatingly gorgeous. But let me know your thoughts on coriander. Do add a comment below if you have a favorite modern or classic or vintage fragrance that focuses on coriander. And so we can all find out what your thoughts are and what you enjoy. But appreciate you tuning in today, as I said. Please like the video, please share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Click that bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos. And don't forget Scentfest SF, guys. Would really love to have you guys here and experience an awesome fragrance fair. See you guys later. Bye-bye.